Oh, the fun the boys can have right there. We got everything we need right here. And there we go. 4 box pops up. Boys are popping. Monday Night Football. 30 minutes till kickoff. No better place to be. It's no better place
Yeah.
to be. It's Joy DRS, Tom Vecchio. It's Joe. I said it, Lisi. It's Carver down there. Just action. Lisi's booking more hours. Everybody's the vibes are high. Let's get it going, Lisi. Come on.
Oh, let me tell you, I see this photo. You're terrible with AI. You're like you give them a little sniff of the AI. You can't get enough. Did Carver approve that?
That was tough. To be fair, I mean, now Donnie, I know I haven't gotten on your regimen yet, which you've done an unbelievable job with over the past couple of years.
Yeah,
but I have started. I've gotten down about 10 since I got let go a couple of weeks ago. So we've been working on it. So a little tough with the photo, DRS. A little tough with the photo.
It's funny how it pops up sometimes. Like I ask it to do certain things, but every once in a while, it's just like, I'm going to do my own things. Like, no, I didn't ask for that, or I didn't want this, or it spells something wrong, or just takes something out of range. So sometimes you take what you get, but I'm telling you, Mike, every time I popped in something there, I got like belly laughs at the people were popping up at that point. So I had a good time with that. I did. I really did.
Yeah, rough look to just kind of get hit on Twitter middle of the day where you're just trying to get ready for the slate or the game, and all of a sudden we got this thing being blasted. Not the best look all around, but we got a game to talk about tonight. Really interesting of what we're going to be seeing.
No doubt about it. By the way, chat box already chiming in up there. Russ found it. He's in here. Aaron's in here. Kevin C. Loving it. Gus is in here. Jordan Penseal. And away we go. So any comments you guys have, just post them up there. We'll make sure we read those and certainly have some fun. But we got a big Monday Night Football game tonight. We'll start here with this. Like the side, now I'm seeing FanDuel just popped Chicago as a -1.5 point favorite. BetMGM -1 favorite. Bet the 365. DraftKings still showing right now -1.5 to Minnesota. So it is a coin flip. Tom, I'll start with you first. It's week one is hard as it is, but I look at this game and say, boy, I'm telling you, like, and again, the line is right there. It seems like a coin flip where I just don't have my finger on the pulse of who's going to win this game, but I like some props. What are your thoughts on the game itself?
Yeah, really tough overall. Bears, new head coach, what we're going to get from them. Adding 2 pieces on offense with Loveland and Luther Burden. The Vikings, I think a lot of people would agree that they have the better coaching staff overall. But, I'm calling J.J. McCarthy a rookie quarterback, essentially. Like, he's yet to play in an NFL game. He's never played. He's a rookie. They're missing Jordan Addison on offense. We know that Justin Jefferson was dealing with a little bit of issues with injuries in training camp. The Bears secondary is a little bit banged up. They're missing some pieces. So it's kind of all over the place. And, if you don't have a take on it, I understand, like, you could convince me of anything. I'm on the Bears and I'm on the under. That's where I will take things, especially that I got the Bears at +1.5. And I do like a bunch of props, or I should say a few props today, which we can get into.
Yeah, we'll get to those props here. Joe, how do you feel about this game, though? Minnesota, J.J. McCarthy, Chicago's the home team here. Ben Johnson opening up. We don't really know what to expect all that much from that angle. But also, Tom is right. Some injuries to that secondary for the Chicago Bears might play into this. How are you looking on the side of things to think maybe who's going to have the better game?
Yeah, the line to me, Donnie, just was a Minnesota line, right? Now it just flipped where Minnesota's a dog, +1.5. They're -106 on the money line. Just before we got on, they were -112. So money coming in on Chicago. But I'll just say this. I understand JJ's a rookie. I get that, but it's still a first year in Ben Johnson's offense, going from Eberflus and Thomas Brown to what he has now, a more intricate, audible type of system. Can Caleb pick that up in week number 1 against an overactive blitzing defense by Brian Flores? That's the matchup tonight. The more I break this game down, I'm still siding with Minnesota. I believe more in their defense than I do Chicago. I know I'm against the grain here, but I am on Minnesota to win the game. Total-wise, wouldn't shock me if we go under. I'd be looking at this from an in-game perspective. If we get it anywhere in the mid-30s, 34.5, 33.5, that's where I'm looking to jump in on a total.
Take a look here. Modern jumps in here. Timothy Thomas, 1738, man. The Remy boys are out here. Gino says Thielen reception yards and a touchdown, and Loveland reception yards and a touchdown. Modern's on the Bears. And Gus says Hockenson all night. So, Mike, I'll ask you next this question. Side in this game, and also we're going to throw it around. Are you worried at all about the field conditions for Chicago tonight as well, along with this game?
Yeah, I'll start this way, Donnie. I like the Bears tonight, which is kind of out of the box for me because I can't stand Caleb Williams. This is
Yeah.
not somebody that I usually back.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see him now with Ben Johnson being there running the show. But it all comes back to this for me. And still -1.5. I believe you said DraftKings still has it as the Vikings favorite. I can't back J.J. McCarthy as a road favorite making his first start in the NFL, his first action in the NFL, period.
Right.
I know in Chicago, Monday Night Football,
Yeah.
these are usually low-scoring games. Aside from last year, which was the 30-27 overtime game in Chicago, the previous 4 years in Chicago, some low-scoring games, 19-13, 17-13, a lot of low scores. I expect that again tonight, but Donnie, I am not backing J.J. McCarthy on the road in his first start.
It's hard. It just is. We don't know enough. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, Kevin O'Connell's a really good offensive coordinator. Like, he got a lot out of Sam Darnold. Why don't you just transfer that over? But he essentially is a rookie quarterback in a hostile environment opening up on game number 1. It's never a good thing. So, Tom, we'll start with some prop bets here, what you like also, because my attack angle in this game, and we'll give out, guys, when you're listening, best bets all throughout this show, some fun stuff and some props, but I really like Justin Jefferson's angle, Tom, not because he's a great wide receiver, but also, of course, the field is a little bit messy, which means the wide receivers know where they're going, not the defensive backs. But also, when you have a rookie quarterback, don't you tend to say, well, the one thing I'm doing opening night is I'm not pissing off the best wideout in football, and I will force feed that guy the football. Talking about Jefferson.
Yeah, I like it's the game plan for the Vikings should be a nice balance of passing and rushing, but the passing needs to be simple. It's like, hey, we're missing Addison, so let's get the ball to Jefferson, let's get the ball to Hawkinson. We don't need to worry about too much about Jalen Naylor that much, but let's get the ball to the main player. So I like Jefferson over 24.5 for his longest reception. That's what I like in one spot. And then as I talked to you about this morning, I also like JJ under 31.5 pass attempts. They brought in Jordan Mason. They have a good backfield. And again, I don't think putting the ball in JJ McCarthy's hands 35 or 40 times is a winning route for the Vikings. So Jefferson over longest and McCarthy under passing attempts.
There you go. Some action out there. Joe, Lisi, what are we looking at? Because I know you're all tit up. I know you're ready to go. What do you got? Come on.
Yeah, so, and I understand that it was Eberflus in that defense last year, but Justin Jefferson in both meetings, especially the one in Soldier Field, was basically used as a decoy. We had 5 receptions, 27 yards, didn't catch a pass really until the overtime to put Minnesota and Sam Darnold in a position to steal that game. So again, with Addison out and JJ potentially being pressured and a little nervous, I'm looking underneath. I did key Hawkinson. I took him up to 50 plus. I'm looking at potentially running backs coming out of the backfield, maybe Aaron Jones in the receiving game. But Donnie, you'll like this. The prop that I like the most, and you and I have talked about it when we used to cover Monday nights, and Cam Ward didn't do this yesterday. Shocking. But JJ's number is 17.5 on the ground. I took a 20 plus to break, contain, and potentially extend plays with his legs, especially in his first career start on the road. If he doesn't like something, I think he'll tuck it and run. So I'm over the 17.5. We potentially might get 30 plus out of McCarthy on the ground.
Yeah, I'm interested too, Carver. You take a look at this game and you say, you go back to Detroit yesterday. So dysfunctional on offense. And I know how good a coordinator. Ben Johnson was my favorite play caller of the past couple of years. And you knew that was going to hurt Detroit. And it did yesterday. But does that mean oh my goodness, maybe he is a genius tonight and he has his team all queued up? Because I know you said you're leaning towards the Chicago Bears, and I tend to agree with it. I'm just that secondary being down sort of wavers a little bit for me. But Caleb's been through a lot of NFL games in his rookie year. Didn't get great coaching. Now he has it. So we'd look at a really good offensive set, or we'd be surprised, hey, man, they only got 14 points and they really struggled. What's the offensive output that we're expecting tonight from the Bears?
Look, I think the first game out of the gate, there's probably going to be a little bit of growing pains, right? Yeah. I mean, I Caleb Williams, to expect him to go out there tonight and, rip it for 275 to 325 and 3 touchdowns, that's not where I'm looking. Yeah. I'm just looking for him to kind of get things going. There are a few guys on the Bears, Donnie, that I do like tonight. And it's I like DJ Moore a lot. We know that he's the main guy. I think the number's light in the mid-50s for DJ Moore. But who I really like on the Bears is Zacchaeus. Now, Zacchaeus' number is around 21.5 right now. Yeah. You saw this guy last year with Washington make some plays down the stretch. kind of an under the radar move by the Bears bringing him in. He had some burn in the preseason, got some work with Caleb Williams in. I think Zaccheaus is a guy that I'm going to watch tonight, maybe even some alts. And I'm with Joe on the alts for Hockenson. Joe's rubbed off on me on that 50 plus, 60 plus for Hockenson. But maybe we could push Zaccheaus even a little over that number, a little 30 plus for him.
Boom.
Yeah.
Rival it up here. I like what we see here.
I don't mind that because we saw Luther Burden. He was actually playing with the second team during preseason lines. Zaccheaus did step into some good work there. I will say I like Roman Dunze tonight. I like him over 50.5 or 49.5 yards. I think that Roman Dunze takes the step forward and he becomes the number one option for Chicago this season. And whether it's like a 1A, 1B, like Moore is still obviously there, but I do think we will see Roman Dunze. And if we look back to last year, I'll transition this into the TD jackpot on FanDuel. Moore was ahead of Odunze in both target share and red zone target share, but Odunze actually led the way in end zone target share last year. Now, obviously, it's a new offensive, new coach, Ben Johnson's there. There's at least some on-field connection with Caleb Williams, and I will buy into that for Odunze at plus 210 for the TD.
Yeah, for me, I went in that FanDuel like $5 TD prompt. I put it in. I'm trying to go a little bit farther down, like Colson Loveland. It feels to me like it's almost like a boom or a bust. I look at his numbers. And it's like, can he get 20 yards? Yes. And it's like his longest reception is 14.5. Like, I just don't see him as that, let's go 5-yard out and lay it down. Like, I think Ben Johnson's going to tee him up for a couple shots deep down the middle, and I think he can get that with one grab. So I picked him also to get a touchdown, sort of to play ahead of the curve. Like, we don't have the benefits. Like, hey, man, Colson Loveland had, 8 targets in game number 1 and 9 in game number 2. He's hot. He could get 2 targets tonight. He could get 7 targets tonight. So it's a little bit more of that open-ended. But I'm also going to open the floor, like trusted running backs tonight. Like DeAndre Swift, the Bears starting running back, is touchdown props plus 135. But then you look on the Vikings side. Jordan Mason plus 185, Aaron Jones plus 170. Are we going to get some play here out of Jordan Mason tonight, or how do we feel about the running backs? And whoever wants to answer, go ahead.
I took Mason, Donnie, up to 50.5. We've seen Mason in primetime situations filling in for McCaffrey just step up, right? He's a bigger back. So for me, I think they utilize him more. I think Aaron Jones, last year he was banged up. But again, he's not the same running back that he was a couple of years ago at Green Bay. They got Mason. I think they'll utilize him. For Chicago, I took Swift in the receiving game. 15 yards at plus money. Yeah. That's the way they like to utilize him out in space, especially in the screen game. Keep an eye out for that.
I like that.
I think it's Jones tonight, honestly. And I get what Joe's saying, but Mason's going to have his time with the Vikings this year because Jones never stays on the field for the entire season. So I think Mason's time will be there, but I think it'll start with Jones tonight.
So you said Swift at 15 plus is plus money?
I believe it is. Maybe
because if
bet it down.
So I see 15 plus and minus 136 now, 20 plus is plus 118. But if you are buying into Ben Johnson, this is the Gibbs role, which is, getting some targets. And if all it takes is, 2 catches it breaks him off for 9 yards here, 10, 11, 12 yards, and you're over 15 and 20 pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm interested to see like the back rotation, because that's what the fun of like week 1 is. Like, you can really nail something. Like, I was way ahead of the curve. Or, boy, I would like to see these guys for 2 or 3 games at this point, because when you look at that Minnesota offense, and again, I'm playing a lot on the field conditions might be a little bit sloppy on the outside, and also you take a look at wide receivers getting open. Like Justin Jefferson, I do think is going to get force-fed the football tonight, but he's one guy. Like, you take a look down the list, and let's just say if we go over like some receiving props in this and say, all right, well, who do you like? Jefferson, 77.5. He was around 80 this morning. DJ Moore, 57.5. But, Joe, I always love, like, the backup guys. Like, give me 1 or 2 catches to sort of break through. Have you taken a look at any of those guys, like, way down? Like, Cole Kmet, 16.5. He's probably going to get outshone by Colston, but come on, 2 catches, 20 yards for the guy? Like, way down that list.
Donnie, we sat on the desk last year, and I was on Cole Kmet to even get a half a yard in the fourth quarter with Caleb Williams, and he never looked his way. Is he going to look his way now with Ben Johnson? That's the problem. Yeah. I would rather, and I thought about it, I put together a couple of parlays, but I utilized like my secondary guy, because when I watched this game play out last year, and I understand it was Darnold, but they utilized Jefferson as a complete decoy, and Addison had a huge first half against that secondary. I like Thielen, 40 plus, but I like Loveland receptions over yards. I think 3, 4 receptions, 5 receptions. I'd much rather take him in receptions than I would yards tonight.
Yeah, it's interesting because I do think he is going to get a couple deep shot targets. And Tom, I know we were talking about deep shot targets here. Like I know it's it's square to have Justin Jefferson. But if you're down in the secondary with a rookie quarterback with a big arm, you know he's getting the football in this game. Tom, talk to me about Justin Jefferson, and maybe he can get some of those deep shots and catch it tonight.
Yeah, as I've always said to you, like I always prefer betting like secondary and tertiary options on offense, just because I think their lines can be inefficient. And like a Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill in his heyday, those numbers were always super high. So instead of betting into like what is like a chalky kind of bet, I'd rather go to Jefferson over 24.5 longest reception because, it's just a secondary marker, which I think can be inefficient. And obviously there's a world where he actually falls under a 77.5 or 80.5, whatever it is, and still goes over 24. But the underlying metrics are there for him with his, longer dot, high air yards, all these sorts of things. But again, getting the ball to Jefferson early and often with a rookie quarterback, a sloppy field, and a banged-up secondary for the Bears, all it takes is one missed tackle. And we're not talking about 90-yard receptions. Like, you give me a 30-yard reception, which is pretty normal, and Jefferson gets over that. If there's one player that's going to do it, it's going to be him or DJ Moore tonight.
Yeah, no, it makes some sense here, like trying to put parlays together. I seem like I'm more Minnesota Vikings-centric at this point right now. But I do like Loveland, obviously, a tight end. I think that makes some sense here. I love Justin Jefferson, and I think he can get that longest catch. I think he can get over 60 yards here in an alt parlay. I think he could score a touchdown. What are you thinking, Mike?
I think actually his touchdown number's light too, right? I mean, considering he's the chalkiest guy on the board, you're normally getting him. Sometimes I know last year with Darnold in a minus money situation, the plus 125 is the unknown with McCarthy, but he's going to be the guy. I think catching him plus 125 tonight, I don't know if you're going to see that number for Justin Jefferson too much if he has a big night tonight.
Yeah. I look at some of those other prices, right? Swift plus 135, DJ Moore plus 175. It's nice to have a football game where everybody is plus money. Like, Saquon Barkley minus 200 or Jalen Hurts minus, it's really hard to say, yes, I think they're going to score, but the price point there and the payout might not be so much. Joe, answer me this tonight. Like, what's going to be a surprise from this game, right? Like, is it a surprise where we end up 13-10? Or could we get 28-27 with these two quarterbacks battling all the way through?
We can, but I think the surprise would be it's not so much if JJ potentially steps up. It's if the Ben Johnson offense gets completely handcuffed and abused by Brian Flores in that front seven. If Caleb Williams looks like a deer in the headlights and they can't move the football.
We got a trade.
Past the 50.
Dude.
What do we got?
Tank Bigsby was traded to the Eagles.
Ooh, love Tank.
How much more help do the Eagles need? I mean, we don't like Will Shipley? What's going on with this? Come on now.
Guess we saw enough from ETN yesterday, huh? The Jags saw enough from ETN yesterday.
You know what this that is? It's about
and the other kid,
Tootin, right? Is that his last name?
Bishal Tootin,
4.3 speed. Kid's a home run hitter.
Joe, where'd he go before VTech? Bishal Tootin.
Ooh, couldn't tell you. It
was like a MEAC school, I think it was.
Was it?
Yeah, like
I know we ran the fastest running back time in the combine, 4.32.
Bishal Tootin tonight. Yeah, I'm feeling good about this game tonight. Like, the weather conditions aren't a problem. And also, a little off topic here at this point. The Chicago Bears playing at Soldier Field. It's a terrible field, it is. I don't even mean the surface itself. They built a stadium that was way too small for that city, and they sort of got plugged in. But then building a retractable roof / dome stadium for Chicago, come on now, I can't get with that. Lisa, come on, man. We're not.
I know. I mean, Donnie, whoever put together that deal had to be on the take because honestly, if you're a Chicago fan, even with Buffalo, I mean, the wind won't affect that new stadium, but at least it's outside for the most part. That's what Chicago is, blue collar, windy city, and you're going to have basically a dome. How does that work? I mean, you tell me.
I want to see him stick with it outside. They need a new stadium. That's very clear. But it shouldn't be a dome. That's just the way I think it should be done. And like you said, like they showed the shots last night at the new Buffalo Stadium. Like, it's whatever. It's outside, but it's kind of not outside.
Horrible.
It looks terribly
on that too.
But I'm fine with it being outside still.
I need your opinion on the Buffalo toaster. Come on.
I don't like any of that. I don't like that they've made the win non-existent. I don't like the things that they have done. 65% of the seats are going to be covered for when it's I mean, that's good. What are they tired of paying the guy $17.50 to shovel it out whenever it snows up there? Or the people that they have, they can't get their own people. They hire all the people from in town to go up there and clear out all the snow. I don't like it. These teams are getting soft. The Bears are going to get soft. The Browns are trying to get soft. Everybody's trying to get soft with all these new stadiums that they want to build.
Well, it's all about the money. That's it.
Like the state, like, oh, we're going to take out the win. And again, you don't really like the win, but your advantage was like, yeah, we get Miami in December. That's an easy win.
Huge.
Oh, Miami's going to come up in 45-degree temperatures with no win now. Oh, that's fantastic. Get to the playoffs. Like, even with the Chicago Bears, they haven't had a lot of success lately. But always remember when they played New Orleans in the NFC Championship with Pop Gun arm Drew Brees and smoked them in a bad weather game with Reggie Bush. Because why? That's their advantage at that point here. Anybody can go win in a dome anytime they want to. But when you have a team that's in a dome, which most teams are, oh no, we got to go to Philadelphia. We got to go to New England. We got to go to Buffalo, man. Like those Buffalo fans in that grimy environment are so much fun. Then they get to the new stadium. It's like, oh, it's not as loud and there's a lot more boxes here and there's no wind. And I don't like it, man. I just don't like it at all.
It's awful.
I want to see them stay outside. The Bears need to stay outside or like – well, I mean, the next team it would never happen, but the Packers, they got to stay outside. That would never fly with their millions of owners that they have.
Don't talk it down. Talk it in. There it is. Profar and Suarez with Thielen to score. There it is. Joe, don't talk it down. Talk it in. Come on.
The baseball's been smacking me around. Sure enough, here we go. We'll probably get 19 runs in Miami.
Stunned
because I thought about it. I thought about it, and all of a sudden,
I'm stunned you're still playing the baseball. I can't believe it.
He's got a lot.
Donnie's still on baseball.
Love baseball.
I know Donnie is, and it does. And you guys definitely are. I'm stunned that Joe is still on the baseball.
Hey,
that really
they
surprised
smacked me around with the garbage balls.
Well, you like three runs by the Yanks, one more run the rest of the way. I mean, there's way too many games where I get 5-6 runs in the first 4 innings, and everyone's like, you know what? These bullpens are lockdown city at that point right now. But we do have a Monday Night Football game coming up. Can't wait for it. It's about 8 minutes away. I do have. Let me just bring up my my quick little handy dandy card here tonight because I went FanDuel because not playing a lot. I usually don't pick up much until like week number 3, but there are things that I like tonight. Let me just make sure I can log in here. So as I log in, go ahead, Tom. I'll let you go first here. Give me some action that you're on tonight. Let the people know about.
Yeah, so I said I like a Dunze over yards. I have a Dunze for the TD jackpot, JJ McCarthy under passing attempts, and Justin Jefferson over on his longest reception. I am also on the Bears, and I'm also on the under. So there's a lot of things in play. Joe, you mentioned it before, where if you said a live total in the mid-30s, jumping in on the over at that point, I think that's very reasonable. If people are worried about 33 or 43 and a half, 44, whatever it might be, I think a live total in this game is spot on. Starts off super slow. As I've mentioned to Donnie before, I think a lot of these games, a lot of these primetime games, they start off punt, which is an SGP you can do on FanDuel. We normally get it like 210, 220, where it just starts off slow, then we get some points later.
Like that angle. For me, I went Justin Jefferson, one singular parlay. Anytime touchdown score for him, longest catch over 24.5, and reception yards at 16.5. It's almost really a correlation at that point, plus 226. I went for the touchdown jackpot entry for Colston Loveland, plus 410. And then a same game parlay, Loveland over 15 yards receiving, Jefferson over 50 yards receiving, and DeAndre Swift over 30 yards rushing at a plus 150, Joe. Him.
All right, so Minnesota on the money line, no spread. I took it a little early at minus 112. I did take Caleb to hit pay dirt at 5-1. That's my touchdown jackpot. And then I do have a couple of parlays. Hawkinson for 50, Swift 15 receiving, Thielen 40 receiving, JJ McCarthy 20 rushing. And then the other one I added was Colston Loveland, 2 receptions, Swift for 40 yards, Hawkinson for 30 yards, and Mason for 50 yards in another parlay.
What do you got, Barver? What do you got?
Partridge and a pear tree for Joe there.
There we go.
Well, we're on the Bears. Obviously, we're getting the 1.5 with them. I took Zacchaeus for the jackpot tonight at plus 450. So I'm going to take a good shot there. This is the Joe everybody eats same game parlay token tonight. Hawkinson 50 plus, Zacchaeus 25 plus, DJ Moore 60 plus, and a Justin Jefferson touchdown. And then did JJ with DJ Moore touchdown parlay, just the two of them.
Love it. That's what we need. A little music at this point. Yeah. I mean, come on, fire it up tonight, Lisi. You can get down with that here. Get down. By the way, let me ask you this question, Joe. Quadzilla, Is he about to get cut in Philadelphia?
It's possible. Three.
Many running backs on.
Well, they should cut. Well, they love Shipley, right? They love Shipley. So
Honestly, hero to the
but
people.
Bigsby is more of a. I mean, he's a workhorse. He can carry it 20 times a game. I think.
Man, they already got guys at the goal line. I mean, Hurts the goal line, Barkley to go. You got to feed Bigsby now.
Yeah, but is the Shipley injury more of an issue?
Like, why am I even missing this? Like, I'm not even paying attention to my own team. Will, when did he get hurt in that game? Like, I haven't seen.
Shipley got hurt in the, I want to say third quarter before the delay, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, might have been phasing out by that time. At this point, right now, might have been phasing out. Let me get a late look at some of these lines here. Still sitting -1s and pick'ems in the market. I got the 53% of the tickets on the Chicago Bears tonight. By the way, I know we like to get ahead of ourselves a couple minutes. We got a good Thursday night game this week, man. Washington, Green Bay. Like, they're doing it. Usually they start to throw those layups in, like give us the Panthers, like right up, like, hey, you guys had enough good stuff to start. I love the fact that Washington, Green Bay, toe-to-toe from Lambeau, man. That's great stuff.
That's a great game. I'll tell you, I already like Washington. I think we inch more towards 3 than we do 4. Jaden Daniels going to expose that. How much of an overreaction? How much of an overreaction? They beat Detroit with a new offensive coordinator and a new DC.
And here you are overreacting about a win over the Giants.
Please.
You loved what you saw about. You loved it.
That smells like PINTS. Points.
48.5. Can we get it?
Fire it up. Let it fly, Joe. Tee it high and let it fly Thursday night.
The big game, though, is with Donnie's Eagles against the Chiefs.
Smack that team.
Coming back from an international game.
Yeah, the Eagles got no shot in that game. You know why, Tom? They ain't letting the Chiefs go to like there is a business that's happening right now. I'm telling you.
No shot, Donnie says.
Business going on right now between the NFL going like, all right, if we get the Chiefs to the Super Bowl, Taylor Swift's going to sing. If we don't get the Chiefs to the Super Bowl, she's not singing at that point. So I'm already on the conspiracy theories early in the season. I'm actually shocked Jalen Carter's not going to get suspended. I thought that was the NFL. Oh, yeah, Jalen Carter, out of that game. Like, no wide receivers for the Chiefs. They will get so much help and beat the Eagles on Sunday and just piss me off. I'm telling you right now.
I hope
they're not going to. They're going to smash them. So it's over.
No shot. No shot.
Come on, man.
He's got the soundboard now. He's like David.
No shot.
No shot.
I'm telling you.
No shot.
He's going to be loaded up. Sunday afternoon.
No shot. With Worthy banged up, they got no shot. They have no speed on the perimeter. Marquise Brown turned into stone hands in the third quarter of that game. He had 38 yards, couldn't get over 38.5 in the fourth quarter. They got no shot.
One quarter? Like, what was that bet anyway? Because didn't he have a good game overall?
10 for 99.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he got through it and I didn't see it.
You said that the other day and I didn't catch it, but now, like,
Brown had 16 targets or something for receptions.
You know what? I turned it off after I had 38.5 in the third quarter. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. College football was on there now. What?
Who was it? Who altered it that blew it up for you then? Like, somebody had to blow that thing up.
It was Najee Harris. Cost me. I needed 20 yards out of him on the ground.
Tough.
Yeah, one carry, 5 yards.
All right, let's go around the horn here one last time for the boys out here. By the way, fun shows. We have chat box, fantastic all the way through, having some fun. We'll do this again, prime time, Mondays and Thursdays, man. It's how we get down, how we have some fun, and then on the weekends, you know, Tom Vecchio will be with me. And again, if Mike wants to join us on Sundays, he can always do that. Big Man on Campus, we had a fun show on Sunday. Boy, you want to talk about a half hour for one game? How about a half hour for all those games to whip around?
That's rapid fire. I want to come in for a Sunday with those. That's rapid fire. I want
that is absolutely rapid fire right up to kickoff, but awesome stuff. What's Gus got to say out here, Joe? Look at this, Gus. Gus is waiting for Joe's.
The mortadella.
I gave out. What are you talking about? Indianapolis, Cleveland.
Joe had a great weekend.
What are we talking about? These guys are ridiculous.
Jacksonville over. The only thing he heard was Jacksonville
over. Yeah, I know. The only one they heard was the Jacksonville over. Okay. 3-1 on the afternoon.
Last thoughts, Tommy. What do you got?
You know, I think a live over 34, 35 would be awesome.
Yeah.
Really interested to see the offense of the Bears, how it shakes out. Again, I'm on a Dunze for the TD, a Dunze over yards, McCarthy under passing attempts, and Jefferson over longest reception, 24.5.
Yeah, I'm JJ'd up tonight, Joe. What do you got? Go ahead,
brother. Yeah, I'm on Minnesota to win the game, cover, whether you laid the 1.5 early or they're catching the 1.5. I think they win it outright. And I'll say out of both quarterbacks, I think JJ will surprise more than Caleb and Ben Johnson's offense. Ben Johnson might prove to be the biggest bust in the NFL after this game.
Wow.
How about that, Carver?
I would love to join you on that, Joe, because I can't stand the Bears and Caleb Williams, but I think they get it done tonight. J.J. McCarthy, let's play him for a pick, too, at -130.
Wow.
Interception for J.J. McCarthy.
I love to see it here. Love to see it. That's the boys here. Donnie Rightside, Tom Vecchio, Joe Lisi, and Mike Carver. Prime time. We're the boys that you got to get to. Enjoy your game tonight. Hopefully you win some money, and certainly we'll be right back for Thursday for that absolute banger, people. Banger!